make it a better place. It'll take creativity.
Hi guys, this is Tina and welcome to Memory Keeping Friday. This is my second video for you guys today. You can head over to my website and you can see a video that I did. It's a quick video that I just talk about how I printed all of these free cards that Becky Higgins, she released a digital kit last week that was free, and I printed a bunch of it, and I just share my thoughts on it and how I printed it, and I'll link a card right up here if you're interested in seeing that. Today I wanted to share with you guys week 19 and week 20. I have done some things in here. I've done some embellishing and some stamping, and I want to talk about that. It starts a brand new month. This is week 19, so week 19 actually started on May 1st. This month right here, I was using, in April, I was using these week cards. And in May, I switch and I go to the larger title card with the circle week number card. This week number card you can purchase at my website. I'll link that right up here. You can purchase this digital download. This card right here is a card that I purchased, so you can't purchase that from me. I just got it, and I will link that. So I'm just rotating each month. I just kind of change it up. So I make it real simple. I just have the month card there. I circle the days, the dates, and then I do my week number. And that's how all of May is going to look. So I just try to keep it real simple. For this week, week 21, I just have the number card right here because I wanted to use this card. And then, but we go right back to this card right here. And then in June, we switch to this card. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm keeping it really simple. I'm rotating those two designs, and that keeps it fresh for me. It keeps me feeling creative, but it's not difficult to put these together at all. Okay, so I do several months at one time, and that works for me. For the month of May, I'm using the Jade Core Kit by Becky Higgins. This is a core kit that I've had for some time, and I had not been using it because of the way I had it stored. I had this kit broke down into color, and it was stored in a color system. I recently took all of the core kits that I had broke up in color, and I put them back in their original kits. I just did that by memory. I have a really good memory, and I know which cards go with which kit. I'm pretty quick about it. I can just look at it and tell you exactly what kit it belongs in. And so I did that, and then it helped me to be able to use a couple kits I hadn't really ever used, honestly. So Jade is one of them. I love the color scheme. I felt like it was really great for like spring and getting ready to go into summer. That's how I tend to do my Project Life album, the months. I really tend to do whatever the season is, whatever the time, however it is feeling. That's how I do the month. So we start off in May, and I always have a monthly divider, and then I have my 6x12 page protector that has my month layout. And this I just jot down important maybe dates, like I'll put Mother's Day on here. If we have a birthday, I put it on there. If we go on vacation, I kind of just mark it off. It's just like a calendar. It's just a vertical type calendar instead of one that's spread out. On the very back side, I used a piece of mint macaroon designer series paper from Stampin' Up. It goes with this kit really well. The color goes really well together. It's just polka dot, and I'll put a few mementos in here, any cards I get, or maybe just anything that I feel like I want to keep, I'll stick in here. And so that's how my month always starts out. So for this, I have a lot of photos that I have put together in the Project Life app, in the collage feature of the Project Life app. I have a video where I explain how I do that, and I will put it in a card right up here if you're interested. This photo right here, these are all photos that my son Andrew took. He was playing with my phone, and he took these photos. There's one of me. This set of photos is very blurry, they're not in focus. They're not like perfect photos, but he was playing with my phone and he took these photos one day when we were all sitting in the living room. It was actually this particular day. And I thought, well, I'm just going to put those together and use them. I've used these stickers. This is something that is new to me, this embellishment with using these white stickers. I don't like how this came out at all, but once the sticker went down on the photo, there was no removing it. So I was like, I'm just going to have to roll with it and live and learn. I'm not going to mess with it or try to go back or reprint it or nothing. Like, I'm moving on. So I used another white sticker right here, but you can see also this is done in the collage feature as well. So this week, the week of the 1st through the 7th was a really crazy week for me. We did Teacher Appreciation Week at the girls' school, and that was all week long. We had a very like heavy theme where we were doing stuff every day for the teachers. And so I was in and out a lot of my house, which I'm not used to. I'm very much a homebody. I like being home. I have my routine at home. And to be really honest, I don't really like going out and like socializing. It's difficult for me. I have a lot of anxiety about it. So it's when I have to do these things where it's every day and I'm going and I'm going and I'm going, I just physically don't react well to it. So this was a tough week. And so there's some things that really reflect that in this week. And then there was some emotional things that happened at the end of the week that just made life a little bit hard. It was just a week that was hard. So I have a lot more photos for this week than I normally do. You can see that this photo, and this photo, and this photo are all collage photos. So that's 4 days out of my week where I had multiple photos for one day that I wanted to use, which is not a normal thing. So here is a thing we did at the girls' school, and I just put these 4 photos together. And quite honestly, there were 2 photos that were not my photos. They were someone else's photos, another mom that is in Pep Club. And I took them from her Facebook page. She had tagged me in a bunch of photos she had uploaded, and I was like, that's perfect because I only took 2 photos that day. So I was able to grab those photos. So that's a way for you guys, if you are struggling to get photos and you know you're socializing with people that are on Facebook with you, or you're getting tagged in photos, you just click on their I do it on my phone. So I go onto Facebook on my phone, I tap on their photo, and then I save it to my photo roll. So that's an easy way to do it. I find it's way easier to do that on your phone than on the computer, because then the photo's on your computer and then you got to get it into wherever you upload photos from. If it's right on my phone, I just snag all those photos from the week that are on my phone, I drop them into a folder, and then I upload them. So that's how I do that seamlessly from Facebook, and it's helped a lot. So then I have a photo here of my son was playing, and he has a really great imagination, and he was playing and he made a train track, and I was just watching him. I was sitting and watching him, and I was thinking, I really need to capture the story of what a great imagination he has. So I just have a sticker that says imagination. I've done a few things on here. I have a little wood veneer, and then I've stamped a little bit right here, and then that's it. And then on this one, I have this, which is a stamp. So you can see all of the things that I've done have been very easy. I embellished this spread in about 10 minutes. I added a couple wood veneers, I added a couple stickers, I stamped this camera onto this journaling card. I just felt like it was plain, I wanted to stamp it, and I added some stickers. Okay, so same thing over here. I just have a few wood veneers on here, and I just wanted to tie everything in because I had a wood veneer here. I wanted to tie it in and give it some balance. So I have this one here, and then I have this one down here. And then I stamped over here, so it ties in, okay? So real easy. I have a sticker right here that's hard to see. It says smile, but it's in a flag. It's like a flag, and I wanted to do something that was sort of like this. So this is something I wanted to share with you guys that I did this week. This is a tag, and it says breathe, and then I stamped on here everyday life, and then I put this wood veneer on here, and it's a hashtag. Now this tag had a hole in it, so I wanted to cover that hole up. I didn't want to put anything else there, so that's why I used the hashtag. The photo is of me, and it is a self-timer photo, so I set my phone up, and I did a self-timer, and I took this photo of myself. It was at the end of my week, and I was feeling not the best, and just trying to breathe in and take in our week. And I wanted to capture this, but I really didn't like that photo, to be honest. I really had a hard time with that photo. So this was a great way where this still lifts up and you can still see the photo, but this also, my embellishment tells a story. So it tells the story that I'm struggling, and I can then continue that story on a journaling card. But then I feel better about it. I feel like it's this fun element that maybe the focus, if somebody's flipping through our album, that maybe the focus would be, oh, how cool that you did that, instead of, wow, you really look a little tore up in that photo. So that's my hope, is that it's a little bit of an interactive element. I used a very strong adhesive to just put this right on the pocket. So it's just right on the plastic. You could use a little staple. You could do lots of things. But that is the story of that embellishment. And that is what I am, striving to do, is tell my story the best way I can in the most comfortable way that I can. Right? So then we go into this week, which I'm happy to be filming on Wednesday, which for me is this day. So my week goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I printed photos on this day, and then you're seeing it on Friday. So this will be Thursday, this will be Friday, and this will be Saturday. So I don't have the rest of this week, but I thought I would share with you what I have. So right here I have some laundry I was folding, and I was in my bedroom. It was Sunday night. I was folding laundry. I got a photo of it. This is a photo my husband took. He was mowing the lawn and took a photo. And then this was also my husband. He was cutting wood, and we've just been doing a lot of work outside. We're taking down a shed and building some stuff and trying to get the wood stacked from winter and get the lawn mowed. So I put a little wood veneer here, and I just colored these wood veneers with a Copic marker. And so I put this one here in between this photo and this photo, because there is always something more to do, right? And something else. So this is just telling the story of the so many things that are going on outside of our home right now, and how we're trying to get things done before it gets really hot. This is a photo of my living room, and it just so happened that everything was clean. The house was opened up. It was beautiful weather. The shades were up. The sun was coming in. It's not the best photo. It's really dark up here, but I had sat down on my couch. I think we were actually eating lunch, and I just sat down, and it was like this moment where I was like, oh my word, there's no toys on the floor. There's no cups or bowls or like kids or laundry. It's like everything's clean, and it felt really nice. And so I snapped a photo, and I was like, this is going to be my photo for the day. Is it the best photo? Nope. I just continued about and ate my lunch and was done, really, to be honest. But it is the story of kind of what's happening. We're spending a lot of time outside this week. Things aren't so crazy inside. We had some bad weather last week. We've been trapped inside for a couple weeks. So it's just a moment of telling that story. So the other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is I have this photo right here. When I was going through this week's photos, I had this photo, and it's of my kitchen. There's a few dishes in here, but there's dishes that are done, and the counter's all cleaned. And I didn't really have a place for this to go. I had thought about, I took it this day. So I took it on a Thursday morning. I had gotten up and cleaned the kitchen, and I snapped this photo. And I thought about putting it here because I took it the same day I took the photo of me. But I really wanted the story of how crazy this week has been, and how I'm trying to be better about, getting out to my kids' school and interacting with the pep club and doing all of those things. I want to tell that story, that that's a struggle for me, and I'm trying. And so I didn't really have a place for this photo. So I wanted to share this tip with you guys. I'm keeping this photo, so I am just going to set it aside. I have a place in my project life set up that I will keep this photo. Now, if this week, if say on Sunday I don't take a photo, if I'm looking back through my phone on my photo roll and I come to Sunday and I've not taken a photo, I could quite possibly use this as my Sunday photo. I cheat sometimes, you guys, okay? Confession 101, Project Life. I cheat sometimes with my photos. So I know that this photo, it's happened in the last couple weeks, right? This is nothing drastically is going to change from this photo in our life. This is how our sink looks. I can guarantee you that popcorn, that green bowl that we put popcorn in every single day, I can guarantee you it's in my sink right now and I've not even been in my kitchen all day. But I can guarantee that it's probably in there because we have popcorn every single day. My kids eat popcorn out of that every single day. So the Clorox wipes on the counter, I always have Clorox wipes up there because I always have sticky fingers touching my cabinet, my counters and my cabinets, and that's how I choose to wipe them down. There's always dishes stacked because I never, if they're washed, it's a good day, right? They never get put away. So this is something that is very much the same in our life week after week. I'm going to keep this photo, and if there is a week where I've not snapped enough photos, I can stick this in there and tell a story, and it can be a placeholder for something that has happened in our life. It's something that I see every day, and I'm not going to feel bad about it. I'm not going to feel like I'm cheating or it's not real because this is my life. It doesn't have to be, Project Life does not have to be the photo on the Sunday in the right spot. That's how it works for me. It's just how my life, it resonates with me to take photos every single day. It resonates with me for this to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's just what works for me. But if I happen to need a spot where I need a photo and I just stick it right here, I'm totally okay with that. Or if it's next week, or even if it's into June, I'm totally okay with that because it pretty much is like what our life looks like. So hopefully that will help you guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exact. Nobody's gonna care that this was a Sunday, okay? For me, I care because that's kind of my routine. Sunday night, I try to make sure all the laundry is folded and put up because we're getting ready to start school and you know, the week is happening. So I always head into my bedroom, fold the laundry on my bed. I usually watch Castle. I'll pop in a Castle DVD, and that's my routine. It's my story. It's my life. So that's what resonates for me right here, but nobody's going to care. So that, I just wanted to share that tip with you guys. Hopefully that will help. That is my desire, is to help you guys with your albums. I've so much appreciated all the feedback you guys have left me with last week's video and some of the more personal things that I shared. I've appreciated the feedback, the emails, the kind words. It means so much to me, and it really honestly is why I do this. It's why I share Project Life and memory keeping on Friday. It is what I want to do to help you guys to document your life, tell your story, and I just really appreciate your guys' feedback. So thank you guys so much. Make sure you head over to my website and check out the other video that I posted. All the links to everything that I've used will be on my website as well. I invite you to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're a brand new viewer. And I have some exciting things happening with memory keeping next week. So make sure you come back by and check out what's happening. So thank you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Hi everybody, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I have two other videos here for you guys. I have a card video where I used the brand new in colors that are coming out in the annual catalog that goes live next month. I did 5 cards there. You can check that out. Or I have some organizational tips for your die cuts, some big shot organization, and you can check that video out. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys next week. Have a fabulous day.